Hi Sagittarius, my lovely Saggies. Thank you for putting up with me last night. I had a serious hand allergy, so you'll have noticed my hands were all swollen, and my dog was at the point of just getting a little better but feeling very needy, and having had me for a few days totally to herself, she was really annoyed that I was doing a video. But everything's a lot calmer, even my hands, although they're not fully right yet. But the reason I did the video last night, I may pull that one down, it's so atrocious, was because of the barking and also my hands, but was because yesterday was the 27th and the moon was sitting in Cancer and it was opposing Pluto, and it really was the day where Sagittarians had to look for protection. So I did that for you with my witch's bells. I did the protection. So I don't know how many people watched that video last night, but even though it was painful, I had to do it. And anyone who watched that video was really protected, because today, the 28th, is a day for sneaky people dominating. And we've all, in all signs, got sneaky people around us. But Sagittarians, particularly over the last 10 years, have met a lot of sneaky people. And today was a day that those sneaky people could come back and try and take advantage. Being protected, it would not happen because Spirit was protecting you and the witch's bells were protecting you. So I was looking very carefully to get you protection yesterday. I didn't want to say that, but please be careful of sneaky people and of people that take advantage. You know those, everyone's got friends like that. But also today and a little tomorrow also, it's easy to get conned by even people that just ring up, people that offer you things, people that seem quite nice. People can be conning people. And this card, funnily enough, was the card I pulled. And just look at the conflict there. Just look at what is happening there. Fighting, conflict, rivalry, everything that's awful about human behavior. And the fives are always like that, the cards that I always think, when you get those. I've pulled this for you. You are constantly advancing into new regions of the soul. And Sagittarius, more than anyone else, that's really happening to you. Now, I didn't have time yesterday, as I felt a bit restricted for time. I want to keep my videos short because they get posted. If I go over a certain amount of time, they take 2 days to post, and then it misses the moment. So I'm trying to keep to a time level more. Even if I have to do more videos, I'd rather do more and shorter. But this moon we've just had, the solar lunar eclipse, is all about revelations. It's opened a portal to us. I said on the 23rd, between the 21st and 23rd, a portal into a different world was being opened. But what that world entails and what you're going to find out is questionable. Some of it will be good, some of it will be bad. And you may find out about people that you really thought were on your side not being on your side. You may find some news out about family that's not really what you wanted to hear. But do remember, Spirit is protecting you. Now, out of all the signs, let's take some cards for Sagittarius, please, Sarah Elizabeth. Out of all the signs, Sagittarius is a mixture of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And yesterday I did say in my reading that I was looking at 2 masculines and 1 feminine. But when you hear me say that, it could be the other way around. I don't deal with any gender. I'm just dealing with, when I talk about the dominance of the divine masculine or the divine feminine, it just depends what's coming up in my readings. We are the yin and yang Sagittarians. We have a mixture of both. It's like the official trades of the masculine, the car mechanic, the fireman. You can see women are seeping into all those traditional male roles now. And also, you know, same-sex relationships are just as important as opposite sex relationships. So if I'm talking about the divine masculine and divine feminine, I'm talking about what's in us, the softer, gentler side, the harder side. We have learned to be, particularly Sagittarians, because we're quite loners, we have learned to be a jack of all trades. We have learned to use all our tools, our masculine tools, our feminine tools. I mean, I'm a single parent, and I, granted my son's quite grown up now, but as a single parent of a 7-year-old growing up, I had to be both masculine and feminine. I had to do the things like go to football. I know women's football is just as important as men's football now. We've got the judgment card here, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And we've got this one, beautiful stability. So everything's got mixed up now. Women's football is just as powerful as men's football. So it's really a bit of both in us that's coming out in the world now. And I love that. I love that. We need both. We've had to learn all skills. We've had to have the yin and the yang. And to move forwards, to work for our accomplishments. And Sagittarius has been so good at that. You've really worked hard at becoming, you know, you're going to move up from the Page of Pentacles, but you've had terrible financial constraints, and you've slowly moved to the Page of Pentacles now, and then you're going to move to the King, and then you're going to move to the Emperor, and then you're going to have the 10 of Pentacles. That's what you're working towards. That's what you're nurturing yourself to get to. And regardless of what I talked about yesterday in relationships, the new love and the old love, you are so astute now, Sagittarius, that you are putting yourself first. Your first love is you, thank goodness. And that's not being selfish. That really is not being a selfish person. That is being a person of sense, a person that knows what they need to achieve in the world. Okay, so let's take some more cards for Sagittarius, please. With the tarot tonight, I really feel the tarot is talking to us. And so again, please don't misunderstand my divine feminine and divine masculine. My male readers and listeners are just as important to me as the feminine. I've got some great male followers here. Thank you so much, Jeff, and a few others. Very grateful to you. And I'm getting some lovely lady followers, Elizabeth, and a few others. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. Okay, so this moon, and we're moving through it, and the next 2 weeks are so important for the revelations, are showing us who the bad friends, the jealous friends are becoming evident. We might not have been totally clear on that before, although we will have had suspicions, but it's all about that. And finding out about people. And you know, the divine is not going to let you waste your time. Just say that new guy comes in, or new woman that I was talking about, new person. If they're no good for you, they're going to disappear very quickly, because Spirit is giving you the ability to find things out very quickly. It's not allowing you to make the mistakes of the past. You're just going to find these people whipped away. So if somebody knew, and you thought in your reading last night or in this week's readings from me, the new person's come in, it might be him, and he's been whipped away, or she's been whipped away. That's Spirit working. They don't want you wasting your time over people that are no good. You can't hear the conversations that are going on. You can't see or hear what's going on in someone's head, but Spirit can. The divine can. The universe can. and they're working in your favor. They want to bring you the Knight of Cups. They want you to have that cup of love from a genuine person. So your person, a lot of you have been in my readings and listening to them, and all of you have been affected and hurt by someone in the past, and that has been a major concern for you. That person possibly coming back or having communication with them, just clarifying, even if you don't want them, because the new person who might not be here yet may override everything and give you what you feel you really need. And last night I talked about soulmates as well, that sometimes we have soul contract with people, and your person in the past, I'm getting you had a soul contract with. Whether that soul contract can be renewed or prolonged or lengthened is another matter. It all depends. Now, your person, whoever that is in despair, feeling hopeless, anxious. They felt they really let themselves down, letting you go. Now, that's their problem, because they made their bed and now they have to lie in it, because they made that decision. They let you walk away. They were offering you an unsatisfactory situation, whether it was through being a workaholic at work and being away all the time, or in another relationship. Possibly you might not even have known about it until you found out. And you decided, no, that's not enough for me. I'm going to move forwards, even though your heart was broken. You just rested and recovered, and you could see what your past was through that window, and you decided you didn't want that as it was. You would want it only if it was perfect. So you wanted the sunshine, which is coming in for you. In what form? I don't know. And last night it was a very strange reading. I don't know if it was my mood, but first of all, the new person and your old person were like on an even keel possibly, and then below it, I didn't want the old person to dominate, but the old person came in with a swift move and won your heart again, sort of. But we had that apprehension, that can I trust? And for Sagittarians, it's all about trusting, not being taken advantage of. You're highly intuitive now. You've developed so many intuitive skills, but purely because you've had the hell knocked out of you. You've been to the bottom and back. You've been to the bottom of the ocean and you've swum all the way up again, breathing for air. You were like that. And now you're like that. So you were literally on the floor and couldn't get up. And now you're looking out to the ocean and going like, yay, it's looking okay out there. Let me take my time. Now, Sagittarians, I believe, are not in a hurry for love. No way are they in a hurry for love. You want that. You want that stability. You want that celebration, that excitement, that union. But it's got to be with the right person. It's got to be your sunshine. If it's not your sunshine, then you are not interested. And you want to only have people that are worth it, that are worth it. And the Chariot, exactly what I was saying about yin and yang. The Chariot is the yin and the yang. You might have two opposites, a black horse or a white horse, but the Chariot is your fate, and opposites attract, of course, but the Chariot is bringing you what you need. You don't need to go looking for it. Always remember that if you don't get what you want, it's because you deserve better. That's my biggest motto. If you don't get what you want, remember it's because you deserve better, and better is coming. And don't be infatuated with people that are bad for you and don't care for you. And possibly that's why you won't take your person back, because you feel now you are worth so much more. And here you've got the world at your feet, Sagittarius. I've talked about the world being your lobster, and I'm too absolutely right on that. I'm right on that. And look through that window. You're looking through that window and going, nah. Do I want to go back to that? So you want that happy ending. You want that beautiful happy ending. And you don't want what was going on before, unhealthy relationships and overindulgence. Nah, you don't want that at all. Remember, you are the Empress, whether you're male or female. Remember, please, if I'm talking about the Empress, it's not because I'm talking about the woman. I'm talking about either. The Emperor and Empress, when we get those with the Chariot, let's see if we get the Emperor, we're talking about a fated love. But you as a Sagittarius can have the Empress and the Emperor in you. You are now, in my opinion, Sagittarius, moving up a level where you're not the Empress or the Emperor anymore. You are the High Priestess or the High Priest, because you've moved on from that. You've made progress within your project. You actually have a plan now. You know what you have to do. For instance, if you've written a book, for example, then you will be writing the next book and the trilogy. If you're writing courses or presenting them, you'll be presenting yourself in a different way in your videos. If you're doing music and lyrics, your lyrics will have a different feel to them. You're not going to go back to that unhealthy situation where possibly 3 people were involved, or with friends that gossiped and didn't give you what you needed. Okay, let's have another shuffle and then we'll pull some more cards to see what's happening for Sagittarius today. I hope I've explained the moon. The moon is so important, the moon's positioning in your life at the moment. And the next few weeks, that solar lunar eclipse is really influencing who comes into your life, who leaves your life, who says what to you, what you find out, and you, how you strive for your own success. We've got the Midsummer's Night coming up on June the 21st, and look forwards to that, because you're going to feel so much lighter by that date. I'm sorry, Sagittarians, you haven't felt a lot lighter, because it has been a rough, rocky world and road, and what's happened over the last few years has taught people, I think more than anything, to expect the unexpected. But it's not been an easy run for you financially, love-wise, and emotionally. In your own emotions, you've felt overtaxed, overstressed, but you're getting a balance with yourself. Your masculine and feminine are balancing out, and you want that balance in a relationship now. You are the queen of everything. You're the Queen of Cups because you want love, and you're the Queen of Swords because you can talk well for yourself now. We've got the King of Swords here, so you're the King and Queen of Swords. You're the King and Queen of Cups. And you can spot a manipulating, deceiving idiot a mile away. And Justice is working right on track for you, because Karma, the Lord of Saturn, I've talked about it before, March the 7th came into Pisces, is really working in your favour. And they're really teaching karmic lessons, and that's what your person is getting. Your person would love to come back to you. They're hesitating, fear of loss, situation, not perfect for leaving, but they're fed up with it, they're bored with it, they're not happy with it. They actually feel they've let you down, betrayed you, and they feel let down and betrayed themselves. They're feeling extremely emotionally unfulfilled, and they want to leave and come towards you. And I think they will try, but they had many hidden agendas and they don't know whether you're going to forgive them. Plus, they're going through their own tower moment. So they have to deal with the literal, situation that's brewed around them, which isn't very pleasant and is full of swords. But they're learning to fight. They're learning that it's very important. Triumph over adversity. They need to get out to get to you. So there is a lot of that. Just check how you're seeing the cards, because they weren't well positioned yesterday. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so your person's feeling very left out in the cold, wanting communication with you, feeling restricted by fear. These are all cards for your person. I'm feeling quite heartbroken. You were the one that carried the brunt of the heartbreak at the time the relationship broke up. They're feeling the break up now so much more. They're thinking, why did I let that happen? Why did I go? And that lunar, solar, moon really did that, really brought all this to a head for your person. So let's have another little shuffle before we take any more cards and see what lies for you, Sagittarius. Your new person is not as dominant in this reading. There's a lot to sort out with your old person first, but a new person is going to come in. Possibly not during the Mercury retrograde, unless you, which will be May the 14th, that finishes in the UK, May the 15th in the US. But I think you will find that person very moderate, much more compromising when that person comes in, and all the things I talked about yesterday. And Temperance has really got that under control. They're waiting for the right moment. Like I said, don't rush things, let things happen, because that's when they really do happen. And as I said to you before, don't give your life energy to your past lover. They've got that cord at the moment. You know, people are connected to each other with, I believe, a red ribbon, and that it stretches and stretches however far away they are from each other. And you can feel that life energy of the other person, and you can become sad and tired, and just because they're feeling sad and tired because you were connected. And I think you've had a lot of your person's energy seeping through, and that there will come a time where you will either cut that cord between you, because you don't want to stay in that energy. You don't want to think about someone who's possibly not right for you. So you can be not in contact and still have that connecting energy. So you have to get rid of those feelings completely and move into different areas for that cord to break. Or you have to purposefully sort out the trash, you know, say that's trash, that's going, and have a big emotional overhaul. I'm taking this with me and I'm putting this in the trash. Sometimes you need a new start, sometimes you don't. But sometimes you'll know that person's energy is really bad for you, and it's the time to nurture yourself. And that's what I was saying earlier about you now loving yourself so much more, Sagittarius, being honest with yourself. And I want you to walk into May feeling your best. You're not going to feel amazing walking into May. It's only a few days away. I think when you walk into June, you're going to feel so much better. You're not going to get stuck. May, you'll be lifting your feet up because we're in a retrograde and they'll feel a bit stuck on the ground. In June, they won't. But rest assured, Spirit will make sure you cut out the right people and let the right people in. So be careful about your power and how you give it away when you meet someone. I don't think you're going to get a repetition of that powerful connection you had with your person. It was very powerful, very overwhelming. And sometimes, as I say to you, you know, soulmates, twin flames are wonderful, but not always the best for you. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is what you're going towards, Sagittarius. You want that for yourself now. You really feel like your life is worth more than what you've been giving it. You've got so much unexplored potential. It's unexplored because you've allowed it to be unexplored. Things are going to move fast for you soon. And, you know, if your person doesn't give you a satisfactory answer, then you will be moving very fast into something new, a new love. You won't be comparing that with what you had before. It will be very, very different. You are having a rebirth. You've had a rebirth. Your person will hardly recognize you. And you've started to focus on your own happiness now, salvaging yourself rather than destroying yourself, because I do think there's been a lot of self-sabotage go on in the last 10 years. Once you break that cord or renew that cord, if the person comes forwards and he's for you, your person, but if you break that cord, then you'll get a better balance in your life. And you won't need to compare to the past. You'll be happy to move forwards. Goodness, all the cards are falling on the floor. So we've had the Queen of Swords, and we've had the Queen of Cups, and now we've got the Queen of Wands. So once you have made that decision in your head, which I think most of you have done with this moon, to move forwards from a love that hasn't given you a lot of happiness lately, to move forwards into a career that is much more lucrative to you than you ever imagined, or to move on with your creative skills and to show the world what they are. Once you've made those decisions, the universe is really going to reward you. You've been handing over control to other people, people in your office, people, even if you're the boss at work, to people below you, to friends. You've handed control, like, oh, I don't want to show myself to be too powerful. I don't want to show myself to be great, too clever, too wise. But do you know now you're showing them because you're thinking, sod it. I want them to see me for what I am, that youthful, confident, whatever age you are. You're showing those beautiful elements about yourself now as you're starting your process for moving forwards. And now you've made those decisions, everything's going to move forwards very fast. And you thought so much more of your person than you did of your friend, of yourself. and you didn't realize that you yourself had to be your own best friend in all this. You had to nurture yourself and talk yourself out of the heartbreak, because there was no one there really to lift you out of it. You had to get yourself back. That's what you had to do. A few more cards to give us some insight on what is happening. A few more cards for Sagittarius, please. Thank you, Sagittarius, for supporting me, for liking, for commenting. It really makes my day. Thank you for helping this channel grow. It's a slow process, but so remember, focus on your happiness. I stayed with the tarot so much tonight. I did think I was going to delve into some of the cards, but it just pulled me today towards, there we are, abundance, lots of opportunities. There'll be lots of changes on the home front, and the magicians at work. Your manifestations are coming true. And the lovers, yeah, you will be in love, Sagittarius, whether it's with your person who comes forward as a reformed person, a new person that's learnt their lessons, or the new person that is coming in. You will have that love. It will be a great love. And you will balance the opportunities, the yin and the yang. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles for you. So you've had all four now. So you really are the queen of everything, whether you're male or female. And you are the Empress, and you are the High Priestess. I haven't had the Emperor yet, which has surprised me. That's what I wanted, but I didn't get the Emperor. Your person still fears loss. They've not learned all their lessons yet. They reached a point of material comfort that they felt so proud of themselves for having, because I don't think they grew up with that. So they built up a future they dreamt of for themselves, and were surrounded by good material possessions, but not a relationship to match that. And they were willing to put up with the emotional stagnation because of the materialistic rewards. But they honestly got to a point now with this moon where they could not put up with that any longer. The universe is loving and kind, and it wants the best for you, and you will get the best. You've got the King of Pentacles to match the Queen of Pentacles, and that's the new person coming in. Not straight away somehow, but he's going to be firm, financially solid, and firm in the head, which is what you want the most. And he's going to help you overcome a lot of obstacles in your life. And you are going to start exploring your potential, because you've left it unexplored. Now you're the High Priestess. You have to do that, Sagittarius, the High Priestess or the High Priest. You have to explore your potential, because it's amazing. So there will be harmony after the battle for you, and complete success, Sagittarius. Lots of progress after all the delays, and the Wheel of Fortune is working in your favour. And you're going to find these 2 weeks, you're going to have a lot revealed, a lot of movement with this Mercury retrograde, but it's going to be slow, a bit sludgy, but you're going to find out a lot. And if your person's going to come back, they're going to come back before the Mercury retrograde finishes on the 14th of May, I think. If they come back after, I don't think you're going to take them. If they come back before, there's a strong possibility. There we've got the Hierophant. He's going to be advising you what you need to do and how you need to do it. So there's a lot for you, and you're developing your skills all the time and your money making capacity. And your person's feeling very left out in the cold, but they're making the final push. So let's see if they get to you. And we've actually got the Emperor now. So whatever love you choose, you are going to have a fated love. That's a love that's destined. And I'm not even worried about the type of love, because it's going to be all consuming and all fantastic, but you just got to get there first. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying good night to you, because money is coming. So don't worry about that, Sagittarius. Have a wonderful evening. I'll try and get back to you tomorrow. Thank you.